everyone! Today I want to talk to you about me and why I became a Color Street stylist. Can't even say that, Color Street stylist. Okay, that came out better this time. So why am I selling nails? I have a full-time job. I work at Apple, so it's a good job that I work full-time. I get paid well for it. So why did I start selling these nails on the side? It's a good question, and a few people have asked me that, like what made me join and all of that. So I just wanted to share my story with you all in case it resonates with you, in case you want to ask me questions about it. I'm an open book, so feel free to reach out. I'm happy to talk about this and provide you the reasons of what made me join. So the first thing is I tried them and I loved them. And this is weird because I never really used to do my nails. I used to go to the salon to do my toes because I liked having a pedicure and all the good stuff, the spa treatment that goes along with it. But that was maybe once or twice a year in the summer when I would wear sandals and I would get the French manicures or French pedicures. Manicures are for your hands. So French pedicures because it was really hard to do them on my own. And again, I only go once or twice a year, so I splurge, treat yourself, right? So that's all I did. I never really painted my fingers because as a mom, you're just messing them up all the time. I'm doing sports and so they just get ruined. It just wasn't worth it for me. But over the pandemic, I reunited with one of my old friends that I worked with maybe 15 years ago. 15? Maybe that's a little too much. Something like that. It was probably close to 15 years ago, actually. And I found out that she was selling these Color Street nails, and I had heard so much about them, saw people in my friend circles using them, that I was curious. And so I said, hey, Kelly, can I try a sample? And she was gracious enough to say absolutely and sent me some samples to try and loved them. Just was amazed at how easy it was to use, how pretty they were, the different colors that they were available, the designs, things that I would not be able to paint on myself. Like super cute designs. I will show you some of them. I have shown you some of them, so feel free to check out any of my other Color Street videos. I will link them in the description. I'll also link the unboxing of the Stylist kit that I will talk about in a bit. But my mom tried them, she really liked them too, and she actually does her nails quite a bit, at least she used to before the pandemic, and so her feedback was also really, really great. So that's the first biggest thing, right? I loved the product. And this is all they sell, all we sell, all I sell, right, is nails. Love them. If you haven't tried them, ask me for a sample. I know you'll love it. So that's that, okay? So that was number one. I loved the product. So the second thing about me, if you don't know this about me yet from other videos that I've made, is that I love a deal. And so when I tried them and I loved them, I said, well, they're kind of expensive for just doing them all the time because it ranges from $11 to $13 a piece. There's a buy three, get one if you do it online and all of that. But still, it's kind of expensive when I spent $0 on them before. Because I never used to do my fingernails, right? Only my toes. So my head's going, okay, how can I get a deal on this? And so I started looking into, okay, what does it mean to be a stylist? But I don't really want to go into the direct sales MLM world. I'm just not that comfortable. I also don't want to sell. I don't want to spend that much time doing this thing. But how can I get a deal? And so when I started looking at the Stylist kit, I noticed that you get a whole package. You get 13 sets of nails and all these samples. So they're all twosies is what the samples are called. And so you get a bunch of these and a lot of other tools that you will need as a stylist and all that kind of stuff. But really my focus was on you get 13 nails and you get all these samples that you can use as accent nails if you wanted to. So even if I didn't sell a single thing, that is 13 sets of nails, which would be a year's worth at least for me, maybe even more because I can get 2 sets from each pack, either mani-pedi or 2 sets of manis, right? Plus some. So you can have leftovers and all of that. Plus all the twosies, which are accent nails, so it makes everything last even longer. And so all of that with shipping and tax, because the pricing on the website is $129, but with tax and shipping from me, I am in California, so I think I have a fairly high tax. So it was about $153, I believe, a little over $150. So that was a stellar deal, given that each one you would pay between $11 and $13 for. Now, granted, for that starter kit, you do not get to choose what's in there, so it is a surprise. But that actually turned out to be really fun for me because they gave me things that I probably wouldn't have picked for myself, and this has made me bolder and made me try ones that I never imagined for myself, but then I loved it. And so it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. It's just great. Plus, people have different likes and dislikes, right? So things that I might not have chosen for myself, other people love them. And so when it came time to decide, okay, am I going to sell? Am I going to just take this kit? I think it's called kidnapping, when you just sign up and you just keep it for yourself. You don't sell, you don't do anything with it. You just go for the discount. But, I started to just test it and say, okay, let me see what I can do with this. Let me see if I can sell some things. And, I haven't sold a ton, but I've sold enough. Thank you for everyone out there that has supported me. I appreciate it. Whether it be encouraging words or orders or any of that, just even taking a sample and trying it and saying, yeah, I like it and I'll buy it periodically, but it's not an all the time thing for me. All those things, I appreciate it because nobody likes rejection, right? So I'm expecting rejection in this business because nobody's going to say yes all the time, right? And you're trying to sell something, you're trying to share something, it's not for everyone. And I totally get that. But it's always really, really nice when somebody says yes, or somebody says, I love them, or somebody says, good job, you're doing great, right? So thank you everyone that is out there and doing that for me, and keeping me positive and keeping me encouraged to keep going. So I guess I should also give a timeline. I've been here for 2 months. I started at the very beginning of September, and so we are at the end of October going into November. And so that's 2 months. And so this is my experience so far. Okay, so the starter kit, I've already talked about that. That is the very first thing. And that is really the only thing that you are required to purchase. So that is the starter. Again, I said that was about $150. Let's just ballpark. I'm rounding down a tiny little bit, but it's about $150. So that is the only thing you would need to buy. You don't need to keep any inventory on hand if you don't want to. A lot of people do because people like to shop from you by seeing it in person, because when you see it in person, it honestly is a lot more beautiful, if you can imagine, than what you're seeing online. And it's just different when you see a pack right in front of you and you get to see it, you get to kind of move it in the different lights, and you get to see all the glitters or the designs or whatever it is. I just love it. I don't know if it's coming out, but I really love them. And I'm amazed by all the different kinds that are out there, and they're all so pretty. And every time I put them on, again, it's a little different out of the package. And so I hope that you will let me share that with you at some point. Again, let me know if you want to talk about it, if you want to see them, if you want to do something in person, because parties are a big thing. I'm getting there. I'm trying to book some parties and all of that so that I can share this. I love them. I would love to share them more. Okay, so that is a starter kit. And you don't need to keep anything else, right? Inventory wise. You are also not required to sell a certain amount to stay active or whatever, quotas in other programs. If there are quotas that you need to meet, there is not. So if you just want to buy for yourself, that's a-okay. And that was partially my thought going into it is, okay, I get 25% commission as a base. And so for anything that I buy, or even for my mom, so for the two of us, even if it's just for friends or family or me, well, actually family or me, my mom or I get 25% off. And so that would be pretty good. With that said, the only other fee that is there is a $10 per month fee for your website. Because as soon as you sign up and buy that kit, even if you don't have that kit, your website is live. And so anybody with the link to go to your page can buy sets online and they'll get shipped directly to the person that's buying. And so you could have nothing at home and you can start your business. You can start selling these nails, which is pretty cool. And all the back office stuff that comes with it is pretty neat. So that's $10 a month. But in the starter kit, it includes your first month plus the next full month. So I ended up starting September 1st, which meant I got all of September and all of October. And that would have been, if I had started September 29th, I would have only gotten a few days plus all of October. So I got 2 whole months for free included in my starter kit. So that's another $20 value right there, right? So my recommendation to you, if you are starting, start on the 1st of the month. And I forgot to mention that I joined in September because there was another bonus. So my friend Kelly, who enrolled me, got me good because there was an extra 5 nail bonus, which means I got 18 nails for that $150, which is a pretty stellar deal. So anyway, that's what got me to really go and do it and hit that button. But again, all the things I mentioned before were all factored in. I asked Kelly a lot of questions about her experience. Has she felt any pressure to do anything that she didn't want to? She is more of a hobby nail person as well. She's not this build an empire, I'm going to enroll a ton of people mentality. And so I appreciated that we were kind of on the same page, and it's been really, really nice to connect with her again and have someone to do this with and to learn with. And she's been doing it for a year before me, and so there's been some experience there and knowledge, and so it's been really, really helpful to have someone that you know and have a relationship with to do this together with, because there is a team that you're a part of. And I don't know if it's because it's during the pandemic, but I haven't had very many team building things, or I haven't met anybody else in person. And so there's not really that camaraderie that I have felt as of yet. It's more really on my own. And then there are a lot of trainings available and team leadership that is available. But again, it's not in person. And so having Kelly has been really, really neat. I'm texting her with all these random questions, and she's been great at answering, and we've just bounced ideas off of each other, and it's been really fun. And so I would love to do that with more people. So ask me about it. Tell me if you're remotely interested. It's just fun to be creative. I've been able to do like super fun nails and try them out, and also talk to Kelly about, oh, what are you doing? And our tastes are different and what we like in our nails and all of that stuff. So it's just been really fun to talk about the pretty nail stuff, as well as just growing the business. What can we do? What are the fun things that we're doing? What are fun ways we're engaging with the people that are encouraging us and supporting us, and how can we give back and all of that? So, okay, I am talking a lot, but that was the starter kit. I want to talk about another aspect though that has been really neat. So you have the 25% commission that I talked about, and that comes weekly. So it's just kind of fun to get that weekly email that says, oh, you're getting this much in commissions, and I have it direct depositing into my PayPal. And so it just automatically transfers. It sends me the email that says this is how much that is getting sent to you. And it's just kind of fun to be able to fund my new hobby. And even if it's just that, even if it pays for my year's worth of nails, that's okay. That is my mentality. I am okay with just doing this for fun. And if it funds my nails, great. If it becomes more than that, do I have that hope? I mean, yeah, partially in my head. If it becomes more than that, that would be fantastic. I would love that. But I'm also not spending every moment trying to go, 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 go. And I would never, ever, ever want to pressure someone to buy anything that they wouldn't want to, or join this because I told them to, or I promised that everything would be great, because there's no promise in this, right? I could come out with a loss because I'm selling nails cheaper than I should, or whatever it is, because what you do in private, you can sell them for whatever, but you cannot publicly post that you are selling them for X dollars or whatever it is. You could do deals, you can do whatever you want. It just has to be in a private group. Okay. Again, if you do sell it for really cheap, then you're probably hitting a loss. So that probably doesn't make sense. But running deals every now and then, I do it. It's just in a closed group. Okay, so I talked about the commissions, and there are tiers for commissions, and I'll put up the chart because it's just easier to show you the visual. But depending on how much you sell, and there's just different brackets, right? So you can keep increasing the commission that you get, and that is a bonus. The other aspect, though, is these parties that I mentioned. So you hold nail bars, which are kind of the thing that keeps your business growing and going, right? Where you meet new people that might be interested, or all of that. And so these parties, not only do you open parties for people that say, oh, I want to host a party with you, but you can be your own hostess. So I always have a party open. And so if I don't have a specific person that has said, I want to host a party with you, everybody's shopping my party, which means that, again, here's a chart because it's easier to do that way. So based on this chart, however much you sell, you have to sell at least $150 worth of nails in order to qualify and have that party. It has to be at least 3 orders and $150 to start getting these rewards. But once you bump up in the tiers, it's either 150, 300, and it keeps going. But you get a certain amount of nails, half off nails, and a percentage of the sales as nail rewards. And so I just closed out my first party. Again, you can have it open for 2 months. And so I had my own party open for 2 months. And I closed it out. And these are the ones that I just got as a result. I got 13 nails, which is the same as a starter kit, by the way. And I got to pick and choose. And I had half off nails. I had 20% off of, or 20% of the sales that I had in my party. And so I got 13 nails that I got to choose. So essentially, I basically got a starter kit again that I got to choose. And there's some fun things, like in October, there was a special unique set. So for hostesses, it was this set called Euphoria, that if you closed it in the month of October, you got a free set. And so no one else can get it unless you were a hostess. So exclusive things like this are kind of fun, so that people can have very, very unique sets that people can't access. But they're just so fun. I don't know if you can see these really well, but I just love them. And I have come to the mindset that I'm going to limit myself on how much I spend personally on nails, because I don't want to be in debt at the end of the year. I don't know if in debt's the right word, but at a loss at the end of the year. And so I want to limit how much my loss would possibly be. So I am capping that. And hopefully it's actually either a wash, or maybe I come out on top if I end up selling more than what I purchased for myself because of people buying my stash, or whatever the case may be. I also can do different deals And so I might send out sets, I might do whatever. So the hostess part is a big, big bonus. You can be your own hostess, which is fantastic, right? And that also means that if you are a hostess, if you host a party with me, you could get these rewards too, depending on how much your party does. And I'll walk you through all the stuff of how to host a party and how to have a successful party. And we're going to do that together. We're learning together. And again, I'm only 2 months in, so we're learning together and I'm tweaking things and I'm making things better. And I appreciate my friend that was first to sign up to host, and she's been great. She's been fantastic. But it's really coming down to sharing the love of these nails with my friends, with my family, with whoever will listen. And I've gotten a few compliments on my nails out. And a few times I haven't had my sample bags with me. Right? I need to keep them with me at all times. But, even then people might say, oh, it's okay. I just like your nails, but I don't need a sample. And that's totally fine. I'm just getting out of my shell because I've been kind of trained and raised to just not ask people to buy, not ask people to do anything for me, right? I don't know how many of you are out there as well, but I was never one for the fundraisers to be going out and asking everyone to purchase whatever it is. I was never part of Girl Scouts. I was never part of anything really that required me to sell stuff. So here I am going out of my comfort zone. I am doing something different. Okay, so what have I covered? I have covered the starter kit. I have covered the monthly fee, which is really the only thing that you have. I have covered hostess rewards. I have covered having fun with friends, doing the nail parties. And even if it's, an hour getting together, and I know in the pandemic it's been really hard, so I haven't been able to do this, but I think it would be really, really fun to just have a girls' night or girls' lunch, girls' whatever, for an hour doing our nails together and inviting your friends and doing that. It's just kind of a fun thing. A lot of people like doing their nails, and so that's been fun. My kids also like doing them. I know they're boys, but I let them do their thumbs. So yeah, it's been really fun. And it's brought out a creative side, a creative outlet for me, which has been great because in the pandemic I haven't been able to do that much, right? So this is just another creative outlet. Do I have time? No, I don't. I'm a busy mom that also has a full-time job. And I also started YouTubing, right? So I keep adding things to my plate, and my husband says, do you really think you need something else? That was the one question he asked me when I said I'm thinking about doing this. He said, are you needing to add another thing? Do you really want to do that? And I thought about all these things. I asked all my questions, and in the end, the answer was yes, I want to try it because the risk is very little and I can quit at any time. Sure, I might be down the $150 from the box if I didn't do anything, but it's not like I didn't get anything out of it. I have a year's worth of nails. I could have spent that easily in the purchase of nails anyway. So I figured, what's the worst that could happen? I'm out that $150 and I don't like it. It's not for me, and I stop. And so far, 2 months in, have I had those thoughts? Yeah, I've had these thoughts of, oh man, what did I get myself into? Why am I doing this? But I'm finding ways to be more efficient with my time, like scheduling my posts on Facebook, scheduling different things that I'm going to make, whether it be reels, whether it be things that promote the business. And it's been fun just to talk about it with people. And I get to have really fun, cool nails. And my kids might get more compliments on their nails than I do actually so far, but that's okay. So I think as long as it's fun for me, as long as it's not a pressure situation, I'm going to keep going and I'm going to have fun. I'm going to follow the fun. I'm going to follow where this goes. I've been able to meet new people, new neighbors, new whomever around me and share this with them. And if they love it, that's fantastic. If they don't, it's okay. I just say thanks for trying it. And thanks for supporting me. It's okay. So that's my story. I'm just going to keep going and follow where this leads. And I've made the commitment that I'm going to do this for a year. I'm going to do this for a year. And at the end of that year, I'm going to reevaluate how I feel about it. Is it for me to continue? Or is it just time? I've given it a good shot. I've given it the good old try. And it's just not for me. And that is okay too. I'm giving myself the grace to decide what is right. And I'm not going to feel pressured for it either way. And that is going to be my choice and what is best for my family. And I mentioned this before, but if this becomes something more, do I have the hope for it? Yes. Do I expect it? No. Because a lot of people will say this, but it is what you make it to be, right? So you can hustle, you can make it a super, super business. You could. And I probably could, I think. Maybe I need to work on that confidence part. But it is what you make it to be. And so I don't know where I'm leading, but that is my honest truth. This is where I am. I'm not going to force anybody to join my team. I'm not going to force my way into people letting me try nails on them when they're really not wanting to. That's just not me. And I want to have a business that of integrity. I want to have a business that is based on a love for these nails and the product. And so all that was a very long monologue from me. But if you want to try them, let me know, comment, message me, whatever it may be. You have my information. You have my website. It's glamynails.com. Check it out. And I hope this was helpful. And if it is, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you next time.